Hey everyone, we are live. We are in the Melt Cave. Check this out. This is the water tower outside my house. We have addition. So much you get. Look at that. I've had this thing for days. Yeah. Just gotta hammer it out. Hammer it out so it goes all the way through. There it is. A little more. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Look at that puppy. It's hot. Nice chunk of aluminum, actually more than I thought it would be. Grab this. Move the camera up a little. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. All right, that's not too hot. We got a piece of metal, boys, so I'm going to bring it back to the main cam. So, here is what we have. We have Soul Calibur, Ivy's Snake Sword, BFG from all the Doom games pretty much. We have the Guardian Head from Shadow Warrior. Awesome, you just rip the head off of one of the creatures and you poke part of its brain to activate different attacks. Super neat function. The Saw Cleaver from Bloodborne. The Gravity Gun from Half-Life 2. We have the Flat Cannon from all the Unreal games. In all the Unreal games, the Flat Cannon is the coolest. Cerebral Bore from Turok 2. And the Fat Man. Fat Man from all the Fallout games. I think all 3 and up, I think. I don't remember if the early games have Fat Man or not. Yeah, epic stuff. I'm going to get our randomizer, guys. Now we'll determine it. We'll do a single number, 1 through 8. And that's how many times we're going to randomize it. Alright, rolling it up. 7 times. Alright, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so our numbers are as follows. I'm going to record it down here. Versus the Guardian Head. Ooh, some classic weapons up against each other. Next up, 2 versus 8. BFG versus the Fat Man. 4 versus 5. Saw Cleaver versus Gravity Gun. That's going to be fun. 7 versus 1. Cerebral Bore versus Ivy's Snake Sword. Alright, do we have any, wait, where's Ivy's Snake Sword? What did I just do? Oh, I know what I did. I messed up. Here we go. Here we go. Snake Sword down there. Alright, we're going to start. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to get the First matchup. First matchup, Flat Cannon versus the Guardian Head. Guardian Head. So Flat Cannon is pretty much the best shotgun in any game, starting from the very first Unreal through all the Unreal tournaments. Flat Cannon always has a secondary fire. Usually ends up being like a grenade launcher slash shotgun, but just launch. This is shards of metal. It's really cool. Guardian Head, you pull off of enemies in the Shadow Warrior game, and depending on what finger you poke into the brain, it'll do a different mode of fire, and it launches fire from its mouth. So like the first mode of fire is just like a stream of fire. Second one creates a shield around you, like a flaming circle that expands outward. And the third one does a explosive shockwave ahead of you that's like a rocket launcher, basically. The Guardian Head is man, I'm a huge sucker for Shadow Warrior though, so this is hard for me. But I love Unreal also. I'm going to say Guardian Head, because Guardian Head is such a unique idea for a weapon, while the Flat Cannon is just like the best shotgun in any game. Going on to BFG versus the Fat Man. So for the BFG, this feels like a pretty easy win. BFG is legendary. That's one of the coolest weapons of all time. Fat Man is a mini nuke, which is great, but it's also not as devastating as the BFG is. It's just the green energy, just blasting tendrils, launching out, hitting everything around it. In every game, the BFG is the best. Well, at least all the Doom games. So that's a pretty easy one. We'll do BFG there. Next, Saw Cleaver versus Gravity Gun. All right, Saw Cleaver, 2-in-1 weapon. It's like a it can increase its range, or it can be a really quick melee weapon. 2-in-1 weapon. I love the Saw Cleaver and all the trick weapons, but Saw Cleaver always is the one I end up using when I play Bloodborne. It's my favorite. Gravity Gun. Gravity Gun's legendary. Man, you pick up stuff and throw it, and no other game had done that kind of thing before. I love Saw Cleaver, but I think it's got to go to Gravity Gun. It's just superior. You can pick things up, throw it. Oh man, I love it. All right, we got Cerebral Bore versus the Snake Sword. Turok. Cerebral Bore versus the Snake Sword. So Cerebral Bore is probably the coolest weapon on this list. I'll say it's the coolest, but I don't think it's the most useful. Cerebral Bore locks onto the brainwaves of an enemy, and it launches a drill with a mini explosive attached to it, and it hones in on brainwaves, drills into the skull. And in Turok 2, it's incredible. Like, they change the blood color coming out of your head when it hits an enemy, like the dinosaurs and stuff. So it's like red mixed in with like this gray stuff, because it's supposed to be gray matter. So it's drilling in, just like sending stuff shooting out of the brain, then it explodes with that mini explosive. It is the coolest weapon. Not versatile at all, and actually not that effective, but you can actually evade the Cerebral Bore too if you just hear the zzz when you run out of the line of fire. And I love Cerebral Bore though. The Snake Sword, Ivy's Snake Sword. Legendary from the very first Soul Calibur on. Snake Sword's great. It can be a regular sword, it can become a projectile. You can grapple people with it, tie them up. It's basically a gun. I think it's more effective than the Cerebral Bore. Maybe not quite as cool, but in almost every other way it's better than Cerebral Bore. So sorry, Turok. I love Turok, but man, I think Whip Sword's got to take it. Let's go back up to the top. Next, Guardian Head versus the BFG. Oh, baby. So BFG is legendary. Guardian Head, less well known, but it's a really cool weapon. BFG is going to take it. I love Shadow Warrior. The BFG is just the ultimate weapon right there. Gravity Gun versus Snake Sword. Oh man. Half-Life's Baby versus the Mistress of Punishment. Here we go. I think it's got to go Gravity Gun. I love the Snake Sword, but there's so much you can do with Gravity Gun. Sorry, Soul Calibur. We can zoom out a bit here. I should zoom out and look at the whole setup, see how it's panned out so far. Let's zoom out a little more. We'll go full screen. Yeah, so here's where it is. Gravity Gun and BFG for the win. This feels like a good win for BFG. And I know Doom's taken quite a few wins and losses. A couple of these streams ago, they took the worst boss with Dark Lord. And I think they also won Best OST, Battle OST. But I think they're going to win with the best weapon too, because BFG is just legendary. And when you do use it in the game, this is so much fun to use the BFG. It's the ultimate, like, things are crumbling around me. How am I going to win? Got to use the BFG. BFG takes it, guys. What a tournament. What a tournament. But BFG wins. Stop sharing for it. For God's sakes. Here we go. All right, let's look at our medal one last time. We're going to call it a night, guys. Here's what we casted today. With all those pieces of aluminum ladder. But here's what we got. Check it out. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys are catching this on replay, let me know what you think would be a good next tournament. I had a couple ideas. I'll let you know a couple of them here. Maybe I'll put a poll out and see what you guys think is the best one. So, next tournament idea I'm thinking I'm going to do here is... Okay. So I'm thinking either the best couch co-op game or LAN game, the best intro to a game, or the most annoying character. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down. That's going to determine our next one. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.